begins the countdown. Standing by for last picture. Picture's looking good. Sound is good. Stand by for the countdown. 5, 4, 3.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the wonderful afternoon drive. From myself, Rexon, as a presenter, Mark behind the camera. I'm Pete Brad on the final controls. Lovely day. We are visiting Mapogo Worlds. We just get lucky here. Lots of vultures around here. You never know what happened. Maybe the lions have dragged the meat into a ravine here. There's a drainage line more to our left. Because a lot of vultures are very close to this male lion around here. So guys, yeah, let's enjoy the drive with us. It's a lovely, lovely drive. I just have an apology of my eyes, a little bit red in color, but it will be alright. It's not that much painful yet. Yeah, the facing is a lovely, lovely afternoon drive. Such a beautiful weather-wise. It looks like it will be an overcast afternoon. It depends when the winds start to blow to the south. I can see a lot of clouds building up south, heading north. It might guarantee that we might have a little bit of a rain towards the end of our drive. It's really looking good for the rain. I just want to welcome everyone, as I said earlier on before, on the beginning of the drive, myself and Mark, when we left the camp, we're just talking our Kidoko Swahili, a little bit of Swahili that we learned over years, being a guide and exploring a little bit of Africa. We have learned different languages around. I just want to say hi to my friends in different countries, more especially in Africa, in Kenya, Zambia, Tanzania, Uganda, Mozambique. It's one of the areas that I have visited before, and I've learned quite a lot of things in the surrounding countries of Africa. Such a beautiful, look at that. This is it does present Africa. Look at the vultures, look at the beautiful sky, look at the dead trees that are, the skeleton trees. Such amazing. Africa is a paradise of wildlife. It's very well known in different angles of Africa. You might have a beautiful wildlife. As today here we're getting these different vultures. Unfortunately, we don't have binoculars that we might able to tell you in between those vultures there. Very common vulture, of course, here. It's white-backed vultures, but it does have, sometimes you find the big carcass like today. We might be visited by Cape vultures that are roosting around Mariskop up to Magaliesberg areas. The big mountains is where the Cape vulture, most of the time, they like to roost. And the hooded vulture. Hooded vulture are also a common sort of a vulture around in the area. And the leopard fights. I've seen once before, it was a white-headed vulture. It's not that much common to see them around in the area, but sometimes you do come across with them into the surrounding. Such a beautiful thing to see around here, and it really makes us more happy even to see some of the seldom species to pop around in the area. Look, it's such an amazing and big male lion. He is now at the moment lying down. Let me take a few steps and be able to see nicely. Lions ones that are full, I tend to be so much lazy. Yeah, I believe the challenge it will be water. Who's this? Mr. T. Look at the paw itself. Such amazing. One day we're like trying to estimate how big is that paw. We might find that I can double my palms all together, then it makes the thickness of that one paw. It's amazing how big is that paw of a male lion. And sometimes to differentiate a male and a female lion, you just look at the size of the paw. It does help quite a lot. Even a young male lion, it does present itself with a big, nice paw on the ground itself. Then you can know who is around in the area by looking at the paw itself. It might be able to tell you whether you are tracking the male lions or you're tracking a young male lion or female lion into the area. It's really amazing. Sometimes we don't get lucky to get to see these pride of lions, Mapogo males. Mapogo males that does present themselves in a large area. It's very well known north of Swaziland, especially in the eastern boundary of the private sectors, which it's more from Mola Mala area, Bush Lodge and Nkoro, all the way down to Western Gari. It looks like they have their own zigzag area. I haven't heard that Mapogo were in Torchwood. Mainly they come in Western Gari, crossing in between Twin Dams and Three House Dam in most of cases. They cross along on that area and hunt all the way down to Befesuk Dam. Once before I had them, they will cross all over up to Befesuk, but it's not that much popular to find them furthermore north of Western Gari. Western Gari is an area or a farm that we are having a traversing ride. So we are lucky in this specific area because it does occupy with Mapogo males. And sometimes we know that in the area we does have a few prides of female, Styx pride and Kuhuma pride. And last week or a few days back we have seen the last certified female with the youngster. Such amazing life of that female lion and the youngster. The way they are really operating. And the way the female itself is protecting the youngster against all males that might be in the surrounding. We're looking forward for the youngster and cross the finger to grow around the area and join the mother and give more manpower from the female to hunt together and be successful. Let me quickly check that other side. Look like it does look like it's something. I can see the vehicle down there stopping. Maybe it's where the other male are and the carcass. It can be interaction of vultures or other bird of prey. You never know. Once you get to see vehicles stopping at one point, you know that it might be something taking place. So as I'm in the area, let me take that chances to see. Amazing. Look at these male lions, they haven't moved. Chances of these carcass to get rot now is too high. I believe there's not much fresh meat left here because the buffalo, the lion is just placed it in a very open ground where male lion is right here. As you can see, this is why the lions bring them here. They kill the buffalo, and the other lion is still down here, which is shark or kingtail. There's nothing much happening here. With a preference, I'd rather go back to the first line that we spotted around. We are exposing ourselves into a very, very open ground here where it's very hot, and my eye doesn't need a lot of heat. So the infection that I have, it might not go into settling. I just saw one vehicle that stopped here. I thought maybe the lions have pit and something is taking place here, like vultures. I don't believe that we will be coming here. The reason because of the male lions that are in the area. It tend to be not so easy for the hyena to try to have a little bit of argument with the males. Males are really strong. Animals to defend themselves. Hello boy, how are you? Guys, feel free to ask questions about concerning about the wildlife in regards of these male lions or history of Mapogo. Feel free to email us on the fauna control at wildf.tv. It will go straight to the inbox, and the question is going to be read. Also from the chat room, you are welcome. I was sitting on the fauna control today, and I can see people who are having a little bit of they're entertaining themselves about me and the hat and how I look sometimes. They associate myself with big animals that I don't like in my life, to be like a hippo. That's something that it was a part of entertainment. So you are welcome from the chat room. Also to email us more about, if you want to know something, or if you're new, you are welcome to really email us on the fauna control. If you does have a question, if you don't have a question, it's not really a crisis on that. You just really enjoy together with us. We'll be also giving more information out on the drive here. This is a perfect spot for a male lion and ourselves. A lot of breeze. I can feel it. The wind starts to pick. It might be because of the weather is changing, cloud is building up, and everything is really looking good. Really, yesterday we weren't able to go out due to the technical problem of internet and so on. But today we are lucky. We might really get to see something interesting yesterday around the Mapogo males and the carcass. But I believe it's not that much late. Today is another day where when the sun goes down and cools a little bit, and it tends to be a lot more species that are going to be active. Hyena, they might get attracted by the smell of the buffalo, and the hyena, what they're going to do is to come and start to inspect around. But it does have a very good security when it comes to male kills, because what the male do, like he's lying down here, you might find that he's come on the ground and put the scent mark to let all the species like hyena to respect the area that is still around. But once he's left in the area, the hyena will be able to know that male lions are no longer in the area. It's our time to go and feed, because of course lions, they're not going to finish that carcass. I believe they're going to move to somewhere else and let the other species to consume on the kill itself. As far as the hyena, vultures, We have seen even better prey as far as yellow-billed kite. They were just trying to go and try to descend for pieces of meat that might be on the ground and try to benefit on that, consume on that. So it will be more species. Sometimes spotted genet, sometimes if you see it, anything that eat meat, they will try to sneak around and have their own piece of meat. For instance, look at the mongoose. We does have slender mongoose that eat meat. Dwarf mongoose also eat meat. Even the lions are there. While they're lying down in the course of day, slender mongoose can sneak behind and start to feed on the carcass itself. It's a very interesting thing sometimes to be and around where the lion have made the kill, because you tend to see a lot of species coming down. Some of them, it's very rare to drive around with the vehicle, get to spot them and pose for the picture. They just disappear into the bush. Soon they hear the vehicle audio. I've learned quite a lot with the pride of lions. The last 3 months, 4 months, Mapogo males were lying down between them, and there was a 2 male lion called the Juma pride. Cheetah cat lion, the Juma pride from Kruger. They were really vocalizing to let themselves into the area. But because Mapogo were down here and they were very full, they didn't really make an effort to try to make a follow-up to push those pride of lions. They just keep quiet and keep on feeding themselves until they decided to move in the area. So most of the time lions, they do become very much irritated with the other lions in their space. They can fight for death. But sometimes there were times where the lions can really ignore what might be taking place. I've seen this kind of a behavior from the leopard too. What the leopard does, sometimes they can avoid fighting. And they know that most of the time fighting, it causes a lot of damages in their bodies. And those damages that they're making now, they're going to make them in future to really get weak and old and able to be killed in an early stage before the years of lion come into the end. So it tends to be much important for lions not really fight, just announce himself, vocalizing and doing all the sort of things to prevent the other lion to be in the area also from fighting. In 2006, somewhere we were all very, very sad. It's just north of Sabisand or northern Sabisand, when we find these male lions get into power, into their prime, and involving our area and cooperate into that territory. We were having 2 males that were looking beautiful. Most of you guys had started with Wild F a few years, 2 years, 3 years back. You are familiar with Josie and Blondie. Blondie, he was a very lookable male amongst all the males that are in the area at the moment. Blondie, he was a part of Juma pride. A best looking male when it comes to mane. He was presenting himself that in future he will be a big male around in the area. Blondie, he was around 7 to 8 years. down on the line somewhere. And he was a dominant male of northern Savisand up to Manyeleti, with our resident pride on that moment called Kuhumas. The two males were used to go around up to Little Gari, way up to Mala Mala Band called the Mloati Dam. One day, Blondie male was mating with one of, I believe it was Styx Pride at Cheetah Dam, and Mapogo males enter into the area without vocalizing themselves to let the other males that are here that Mapogo into the area. They were in patrol. They come all the way down from Vietela Dam and they head up to the east. And they come across with Blondie Mighty. There were 5 of them from Mapogo against 2 male. Josie, he was lucky to escape. And Josie was allowed to escape. Blondie was busy mighting and tried to protect himself. The 5 male line attacked him, and they can able to really put him in the corner of the dam, and they caused a lot of damage, and they separate the backbone. And Blondie from that day he wasn't able to move, and he died after a few days at the scene. And Josie was having a difficult life by that time because he has to control the whole pride and make sure Mapogo mustn't come into the area. And Mapogo by that time they start to look around for Josie Mel, for Josie around the area. Lucky enough, he escaped into Kruger National Park. From there, he comes back. He went to Manyeleti and he comes back, and we weren't able to see him again from that time. He disappeared inside Kruger National Park. We never know that Mapogo, they might hunt him until they get him in Kruger and kill that individual. Now the reason Kuhuma Pride in the area, we don't get to see them often because the 2 males that used to be in their pride becoming dominant man as our resident pride, they don't have a male. And it seems, I'm not sure yet, maybe this year they might, really join school, Mapogo, or what might be the story, I'm not sure. But it looked like Kuhuma Pride doesn't like to join Mapogo at all. We heard that they've mated with the new coalition of males which are Gijima Pride, no more to the north of us, which are still denying that chances of joining Mapogos. And Mapogo, if you look at the history of them, on Kuhuma Pride they've killed several females on Kuhuma Pride and lots of youngsters around on that pride. So due to that, the female decided not to join these men because really they abused their power. By that time, Mapogo, they were all 5. And it was very, very difficult for this pride of male lions. Once they get into the area where the females are more than 2 or 5, once they get there, all of them suddenly they expect the female to be on oysters in order to mate them. If the female not in oysters themselves, they start to have competition and ended get to kill the female. So they were not really get to accept by the females because they were not in the status to join with the female because they really fight and kill the female quite a lot. So what happened? Now you get to see these males that all get separated themselves and they have their own area that they look after. And the 2 males that we get to see here, they really stays together and look more north of Southern Sand, which is their territory. The other males are over the other side of the Seine River. Sometimes they cross this side, but they don't get to get where we are. at the moment. It's only 2 males that we get to see, that is the nature of the line that happened to do so, which now these 2 male lions, they can able to protect it and they can able to accept it by the females, because once they get into the pride of the female, if one female she is in estrus, what's going to happen in between these 2 males? Yes, it is a dominant male. He will able to mate with the female, and the other one will be just witnessing what's going to happen. So that kind of nature, one becomes a dominant and one is not a dominant, is what is needed on a pride of lions. Then it does have fit into the society of the females. So the stronger one will mate, and you will never guarantee in between the 2 of them that Mr. T is a dominant or a Kingtail is a dominant or Shaka is a dominant. It can be Mr. T, next month it can be Shaka that take over from Mr. T and become a dominant male and mate. This is how in the nature of the lion does. Is a very good looking male now. If you look at the Mr. T, unfortunately he's just lying down, but he's steady. You can see the details around the head, around the mane. He does present in adulthood. If you look at this male lion, he does have a very good presentable male to the females, and it's really looking big at the moment. Then before a while he's still like 4 years, 5 years age of old. He was very manless, and he does look like he's the one that is the youngest amongst them all, and that you never ever judge a lions with the mane. Sometimes you might make a mistake, because that it's due to the subject of where you come from, genetic issue. I've seen lots of male lions that were old and big. They don't have a big mane, and does have that sort of lion types into the area where they does have not a big mane. They have not that much thick. I think maneless, but they just show that they have a little bit of a mane, and they're not young, and you can see that they are into the adulthood. In our culture, they call it Mwanwana, which is it's a lion that doesn't grow big as the other lion present. They don't grow that much high, a little bit short, and sometimes are very much aggressive. You tend to see a part of Kruger most. It's not a subspecies, but it might be because of genetic issue. I like Mr. T. It does have a very beautiful name, according to the doings of this male lion. It's very, very well known. The beauty of this pride, or the beauty of this pride of the lions, whether you go in south of Savicent, once we talk about the Savicent, we talk about the collective farms of private owners around in the area. They can able to share the common knowledge of these specific male lions that are down here, which it didn't happen in Savicent before. It's only Mapogo males that everyone knows them with the common sort of information. It's really amazing. And we have seen a lot of things that happen into this pride. Myself, since I've been around in Savisand and grow in Savisand. Lucky girl in some of the area where I didn't spend a lot of time, but it can be the same behavior, even something that happened more like Mapogo weren't able to do, but I didn't get lucky to get to see. I was in Tanzania, I was in Kenya, I was in Zambia, I was in many places. But if I look at Mapogo, Mapogo is only a pride that I know myself that they've killed rhino, and they were, hunting hippos. Quite a lot of pride that I have come across hunting hippo, but I haven't come across with a pride that can able to kill a rhino. Mapogo, it was a first pride myself to witness, to see, even to have. I killed rhino down south. I was lucky visited there. I haven't seen them actually on the sighting when it happened. I get to see where I only get to see them feeding. But I was surprised how these male can do it. And you can see Mapogo, there being two male here, they can able to take care of themselves. They are specializing with buffalo. Not so long, a week ago, they were on the buffalo kill at west of Guadalupe, and now they're at Twin Dams here. And it's really making me proud about them, because are not like other male lions that I have come across before, where they sometimes wait until they get together with the female and then can able to hunt something big. So these two, they can able to hunt themselves, which it tells us exactly the behavior of these males that are more strong and more healthy. Where the Mapogo males, or Mr. T lying down here, it does tell us that lions are very much proud and more confident about themselves. In most cases, if the lions are not sure with their own status of an area, what it does, they don't really get separated. They like themselves to, when they lie down, they like to get so close. And because that it does give security. If they get you stuck by the other pride, the other one will be able to protect the other one before it gets to be killed. So this kind of a nature, it just tells us each and every individual taking its own way, and they're lying down, and it shows that they don't have a fear. Although we know that sometimes there's other males that enter into the area, like the Gijima Madoda or Gijima males. The two males from Kruger that enter into the area. I won't talk about the 6 young males that were spotted around here. We have been able to see them. Although is that case, but you can see them, they are a lot more happy. The does have come across, or maybe they have come across with those 6 young male lion or Gijima pride, but it means that these male lion here, they are still in the top rank. They are dominant males. They don't have to fear of anything. Once the lions is in that sort of a condition, fearing other male lions, all the time they have to sleep together very close to one another, and to make sure if anything comes, they can be in position to protect themselves. As you know, out in the bush, 2 is better than 1. If a 2 male lion comes there and find this one here, they were able to cause a serious damage on this one before the other one gets here, and by that time this one will really get defeated, will run away. Once they run away, others were able to chase it behind. Although this is a dominant male, but you can see they are like lying down, not really worried much about what might be taking place into the area. And that kind of a behavior, they are more dominant male. They are proud of themselves. It's one of things that you look at the lions and you really know what's going on about the individuals, males, or with specific pride of males that might be operating in the area. Again, if I want to come back to the history of Mapogo, most of people, they voted that these male lions are coming from Sparta Pride, down from south. And the other lodge from the south, they said they come from Ulusaba, somewhere there, which we don't know exactly where this male lion comes from. I won't deny that information, but as far as I know, they have done such of a history to show that they might be coming from a pride. Down in the south, Mapogo, when they come down, the time when we get to see in 2000, they have crossed from here and they headed down to Sparta Farm, which is down Londolozi, between Londolozi and Malamala. They went into the area called Shunganana Clearing, and they come across with the Sparta Pride. What they've done, they haven't go mad with the whole pride. They go inside the area and look around for an old female, and they kill the old female. And if I look at these male lions, and not all of them come from one female. That kind of a behavior too, lion can do in a regard of that female lion is still maybe is a mother of 2-3 males on that pride, but the whole pride, there's a new blood in. They don't know much about them, but they can sense that female that is that part of them. Is one of the mother of 2 or 3 male lion, and if they go back there, take over the territory, it won't able to mate with that pride because of that female. Because lions, they avoid inbreeding. They kill that specific female and come back again into the south and settle around up to Leopard Hills and live on that area. There's quite a lot of history that we can tell. They kill a lot of lions. They force one pride outside the reserve because the Mapogo pride, they start to move around looking for that specific pride, and they end up get killed outside the reserve because of the pressure that they are receiving from Mapogo. They even broke the fence and ran away. So you can see that lions themselves, they have their forces that sometimes they really push when it comes to have territory. They have to find some of the females and take over and kill some of the female and kill some of the male off away from that area that mustn't exist, or push them to run out of the area that mustn't exist in that area that they're able to hang around. So by that way, it's really important. Once the male lions are in an area, they can able to introduce them to the females, and the female accept them for mating, that it really cools down the situation. Like if the pride doesn't want to mate with them, they will keep on coming, and they will end up kill a lot of lions on that specific pride. Like what happened down southwest, like what happened down at here with Kuhuma pride. They ended, it's not much lions that are still on Kuhuma. Just look at the 4 females at Kuhuma. At least when they settled down here, there were 9 females, but in total some of them they break up and do all of that. There were 7 females that we used to see. That means 3 females were killed. 4 females were killed from Kuhuma pride by Mapogo males. So that is a pressure from the male itself. it's really important to have the area in operation to operate and mate, rights of mating, and have your own area. As Mapogo now that I've win that. And too much male lions in the pride is not really good idea. If you have more than 5 females in the pride, you have cohesion of males or 6, 7, 9, 10. You know that it will be an impact into the surrounding. Yes, we have seen the impact of Mapogo, and now we are witnessing, we all as a result, waiting for the product of Mapogo. But all the females, they start to move off from the area. That is one of the impacts. We might call it high population of lions into the area. Sometimes it does have an impact. Yes, of course, we have seen Mapogo doing a lot of impact into the society. Although we don't believe like that, we're people that do have their own theory on this, that males, if they are in the area, they'll regenerate the lions. But I've been waiting for long now. I haven't seen much offspring of Mapogo. I only see, as far as I know, north of us, I know the 2 females that have 2 youngsters of Mapogo from Sticks Pride. Sandy Patch female, it doesn't have, that youngster doesn't belong to Mapogo. Mapogo come across the fish is going to kill it, and the time Mapogo mate with the Sandy Patch female will become more pregnant. And these lions are getting old in a yearly basis. The new males will come over and take over from them, and the youngsters are still young, and the youngsters will get killed. So there will be no much lions into the area, of course, unless in the area where Mapogo males are going to settle and not to move off our way. Yes, the witness population of the lions, it will grow. But some of the area that we come to see Mapogo once again, it will be no such. Lions, it will take over a few years until the new male comes and kills Mapogo and they settle into the area. So we'll start to see the generation of the lions or population of lions going higher and higher. The reason why I'm saying this, we does have a few females that comes in from in the area. Once before we have seen the windmill pride east of us, not really into the area. I was lucky driving one of the lodges. Those females, they don't have youngsters. And they used to have the youngster, they killed by Mapogo. And they're all starting to move in the area up and down because they're avoiding Mapogo. They don't want to mate with this pride. And this Juma pride now is supposed to have youngster, but not yet, they don't have youngster. If they don't have youngster, the 2 females, we've seen them being heavily pregnant. They're going to kill by Mapogo. Still, it will be a little bit of interaction on the males, and the population of lions is not growing while the males are still having that dispute with the other males that comes to mate with the females and kill them. Last question from Penny about the 6th cohesion of young males that hangs around eastern side of Bush Lodge. And Ellie is asking a question that do we have, most of the animal have or they are collared for the research into the area. Penny, except the elephant research, we don't have much animal that are collared. 5 years, 10 years back, looked like there were few of the packs of dogs that were collared in order to know and do the research where they went and how far they can travel on a daily basis, and able to count them and know them which specific pack is this. But we don't have much of this. We have one young male lion that used to have collared here into the area early, and that young male lion, it was a dilution of blood. It was coming from Zambezi. They brought it into Kruger National Park, and he came here. He killed one of the male from Manyeleti, that male cohesion of an old male lion, and they ended release him on the collar system. He might be still existing more east of us, Kruger National Park, because last time was more east of Kruger Cruise Camp inside Kruger Park. He was a big male lion. He was looking big, and he's a little bit long. But I don't know whether he's still existing or not. So there's not much animal that are collared into the area. What I know, it's more elephant. Elephant are more collared, because I know that they have really even identify a young elephant that have a very big tusker that they must take off from the reserve when they do the translocation of an animal, because it seems like they present a nice sort of a gene pool when it comes to tusk. They believe that in future they will grow big, and the tusk will be so much big, because we used to have a big tusker elephant around in the area, and suddenly all of them they're translocated out of the park. So we don't have a very big elephant into the area that roaming around. So they want to achieve on that level. So Penny, again your question, yes, we have seen that young male lions is what I was talking about earlier on. But they come in this area, there's seen 6 of them. Lions, it's very common to see if they are active in a certain area or the dominant. You may find that the dominant male that is older than them all, they might stay with the female, not move along. When they do the exploring around the area, he will stay behind with the female and being a guard of the females. So those 6 young male lions, it's a part of 7, I believe. We have seen them here, and they kill a buffalo, not so far from where we are. They killed 2 buffalo. One buffalo was at Central Road, the first time when they get to see them, and one was at Tito Dam. And the guys, because I've seen them in Central Road for the first time, the 7 cohesion of mile east of Bush Lodge and Koro area, they've called them Central Pride, because they've spotted to see them on Central Road. And that name seems like when they come down back again into the area, they might call them Central Pride, because first time to spotted them, it was at Central Road. So this is amazing. And I'm happy because Penny with us on the drive, you guys does have access information from different areas. I was talking about those 6 young male lions, or 7 young male lions. But as you can see, although those young male lions have been in the area, and I believe these males they're aware about them, but you look at the way they're lying down, they present themselves that they are still in the top rank. So those young males are still nervous to come and challenge them. So they are going to, this male here, they are going to be a dominant. And we believe those 7 young male lions, they're going to kill Mapogo, of course, more especially Shaka and Mr. T. If they come over here, they have to challenge them and kill them. And I believe by that time, if they settle into the area, they were able to regenerate a lot of lions. But because there are too much lion as males, sometimes to have manpower or you have the rights, you might abuse the rights because of the power that we have. As Mapogo, when they get into the area, we realize too much power, they might abuse the power. As we have seen this male lion start to kill females because they were having too much power. There were 6, all of them, or 5 for all of them when they get into the area. And suddenly all of them, they were still young when they are holding torture here. They were still having dispute amongst themselves. The daily basis changing who is the leader, who is the dominant. So due to that, if 1 or 2 female becomes more in issues, 7 lions get into the area. They'll start to fight themselves who's going to mate. And that they're going to kill the female because the one that is causing the trouble. So you can realize if he does have too much power, also you might get to see, even from us human beings, if he does have too much power, he might abuse it. because it does have it. Same as lions, they are doing the same. We're just looking forward, Penny, for those young man lions to come in the area. Oh, lovely cloud information showing here. And yeah, it's just looking good. As you can see, Mark is trying to show a little bit of what is in the surrounding.
Feather blowing in the wind.
What do you think? Where it come from? Vultures? I'm not sure. Yeah, a lovely day, guys. We have seen the other males, and this one is lying down. Allow me to go ahead on looking other species, and we'll be back. Unless if the other male is coming, you can see the other group repositioning themselves. Oh, it's vultures. Let's leave Mapogo. Oh, it's vultures. Let's leave Mapogo. We'll be back, guys. Let's visit the water hole. Hey, boy. I will be back. Leaving this Mapogo, Malapanzi, and then Toma, just east of the dam. The other one still very close to the Juma. Hey, the other one is lying on his back. Let me quickly show you the huts. I don't know whether we're able to see it nice here. Forgive me, Mark, there's only one eye that can see. As you can see, that kind of a behavior, that the lion behavior, that helps quite a lot when it's getting hot. Although the cloud is building up, it's starting to flitter on the sun itself. It will be a little bit a breeze in the area. Seems like the sun is going down, but it was very hot the last 13, 14 or 15 minutes. The clouds are collecting and now they're covering that section of the sun. That helps quite a lot on the lines, because if you look at the underneath of the lion's belly is whitish in color, so that it helps on reflection on the sun itself, and also help when it comes to digestion system of predator. Once it's on his back and rolling on his back and keep on rolling like that, it's just exercise the belly and just readjusting everything that might be inside. Panting very fast. Able Kabinabo? Where are you from, Baringboot?
I'm coming to join Stakatla North all the way to come on to join through there for Vula.
For Vula? More man, if you see something down on the road, let us know. Very interesting again. Impala is no longer, I won't call him a young male, he's mated already. He does have that right of becoming a dominant male. Impala is a dominant male of north of us, which is Pefesu. It's beautiful. That's a wooded vulture. one of the species, of course, if the chances of a lion move from the kill, they can able to land as far as quick as they can. The reason why is the smallest vulture doesn't need a space to really, once if they do want to take off. But the white-backed vulture, it does need a space because they start to first run and build themselves with the strength to pump on the wings so they can catch a wind to fly out from the kill. So the white-backed vulture, they wait until the lion move off from the kill because they're too big. When it comes to landing, they need space. When it comes to flying off, they just take off from the kill and take straight up. They need to run at least 6 meters or 10 meters and then they can take off. So in most cases, they're more vulnerable from predators. So they can descend on the kill while the predators are close by. So this species here, wooded vulture, it doesn't need any sort of that because it's a very small vulture. They can land straight and take off straight. There's no problem. It does have that a beak that the vehicle behind us. I have to make the way. It doesn't need a lot of wind. Sometimes I feel like if I'm getting infection of the ear or eye while I'm still feeling strong. I don't understand. I need to, if I'm sick, I have to be weak and do all of these miserable feelings. I'm feeling healthy. There's a matter of eye, and it will settle down, I believe. My grandfather taught me one thing. When I grew up, if I cut myself, I cut my finger off. I have to make a plan quick, and it doesn't mean that I'm sick. I have to have a time to rest. I have to work very hard as a man. So that sort of minded, it's in me. If I sneeze while I'm feeling strong, I go for running, I go for work. If I have a cut of action, I have to put salt in the ouch, and it will be fine the next few days. I go for work. I do anything that it's necessary to do by man at home. That calls a manhood. That's what he taught me. But if I have a cut and suddenly present myself as a lady, he said to me, you die in the early stage. Your body must resist and get used to a pain. Then you become a very strong man. That's the reason the Shangaan people are so strong. I've seen, I was driving from the local town called Akonu at night. I was taking my sister for hospital. He was having an operation, a heart operation. And he was at, he's supposed to go at Victoria. On my way, I bumped into a guy that was having an accident. And the ambulance was there and everyone was there to help. There was one Shangaan guy there. He was having a cut on the head. And he was building. And once again, they able to work with paramedic people together while he's building, and he helped the other people that he was with them in the vehicle. When they asked him to sit down and get attention of the nurses to get help, he told them that my father told me if I'm building not getting broken arm and something, it's something that I'll have a pen that meaning it won't hurt me. So I'm fine, I don't need any assistance. I will able to survive. These are minor pains and minor cuts. I'll go and wash myself. I don't need anyone to help me because I'm okay. So you can see how brave other people, how strong they are. I'm just hoping here, driving here, last couple days, I've seen Mafufunyen. Look like he's getting interested again like before. Come here once in 2 days. You might be lucky to come across with him. You never know. It goes the lucky draw. We're just driving past Three House Dam. Look like it's quiet. The way I look, it just reminds me of the early days while I was at school. There was a story called One Eye Sunday.
Called what?
One Eye Sunday. Very interesting story. I have to remember what's inside. But a very, very interesting reading. If you read the story, it's such amazing. You can enjoy it. While I'm driving now, because of the wind, I'm one eye. Maybe I'm a one eye Tuesday. See, if I'm using one eye, I just want to see how good I am when it comes to eyesight. Guys, it's not something that I'm forced to. I've enjoyed this. Being here, eye is nothing. It's not that painful. I just want to make it mustn't get worse. I might get to be healed in a very short hours of the day. I believe I have all medication from the doctor today. Everything is going well. What happened to it, let me tell you. If you drive around here, you can see everything is bright and beautiful. A lot of things emerging from the ground. And also quite a lot of things that are getting hatched. Like beetles, dung beetle. I'm not sure which one, the beetle that went straight to my eye. I've tried to stop and look at, but I didn't have that chances. It just went straight to the eye, and I tried to come with pieces, small pieces. Then the eye started to get sore from there.
Probably a rove beetle.
A rove beetle.
Yeah.
As Mark's saying at the back, it might be a rove beetle. It does have a chemical that it might be more acidic.
Yeah.
So there's a reason. It does give me a little bit.
Eye.
Yeah. A little bit of a one-eye Tuesday. But I have to try this. Although I'm in pain, This is telling me that one day in future I might lose eye. Not this now. I must try and how to lose my one eye, the left one. What I've seen, I can see from here to this angle, 45 angle degree. My eye is very good. One eye you can see. And because the other one is closed, it does give me a little bit of advantage to see extra. How I can be happy if I can spot my fukuyan first with one eye on a drive.
You can have my 2 eyes for now, right?
Yeah, I have another set of eye behind. 2 eye. 3 eye on the vehicle.
I bet I've got 4 eyes.
Are you putting the other one? You know what I forget? I just forget to welcome people on the one-eye game drive, afternoon game drive. But I can see squirrel here. On the tree, 2 of them, a male and a female. Down in this tree here. Let me go back then. You see how good is my eye? A guy.
My angle.
Are you? You can see that.
Yeah.
There's the other one.
Behind bushes, behind this leaf.
Yeah, zoom in.
Just see a little bit.
Yes.
Any updates of on Eastern Trail?
That's the tree squirrel. I gave him the one eye. It's a buffalo in front of us. Look at that. It just shows us that he's not a dummy one. He's a living one. Yes, he's alive. And now I found that sometimes people are not sure how can the game drive life in Africa and get broadcast all over the world. Technology. A tree squirrel. It's a beautiful animal. It's one of the species that can also alert alert other species for danger in the surrounding. It does, and also it's a territorial species, male and a female. They form their own territory, or they establish their own territory. Yeah, buffalo. Mr. Buff here. Be careful, boy. Mapogo is down here. So what happened to him? You know this buffalo, huh? We know very well. Yesterday he was at quarantine, and these days he tend to be a lonely buffalo. He doesn't join with the members. I call him a white love, or white face. Jacob boy. You see, he's now smelling because we sometimes drive over the lion's poo. So now you can sense the lion's poo in the vehicle. That's the reason he's behaving like this. Sometimes what he can do, he can sprint from where he is and knock the vehicle thinking it's a lion coming. But I can see that he's only getting the scent. Look at the nostrils. A part of the nostrils is just moving up and down. He's trying to breathe in and get the scent where it's coming from. It's a vehicle. Lions is at they are at twin dams. Be careful. And the reason why it's like this, he doesn't react, he doesn't change the attitude. It's just because of we are approaching with the vehicle. If we're on foot, you're supposed to do something. Now you just realize it's only a vehicle, you know? There's no line. Let me continue grazing around. A buffalo that does lose condition this time of the year, and it's very important in most cases for us to know. Let me move forward and the cameraman can be able to see. The truth is, the buffalo does carry a bacteria of TB in their body system. Once the grass is getting drier for long, then the bacteria itself, it multiply in the body system because the animal doesn't eat healthy stuff, and then they become very weak, and the TB itself in the body system becoming more strong. Then the buffalo would lose power, lose condition, and they become easy target for the lions. Which means again, anything that eats buffalo, they get to transform or transport that bacteria to their body system. And also they happen up the same. If the lions doesn't eat healthy, the bacteria of the TB is going to multiply in the body system, and the symptoms of the TB is going to show from the lion. Same as the buffalo. Once they're grass getting dry for long, then we start to see the symptoms of TB showing from the buffalo itself. How you can get to see that the buffalo does have TB, but the symptoms of the buffalo, they start to have a swollen skin and they chop into the red in color. The swollen lump that it will be showing, doesn't matter how where from the buffalo, it will grow big. Suddenly it will go to crack off and it will fall down or burst. So that area where it bursts off, it will become more reddish. Then you know it's only a sign or symptom of TB from the buffalo itself. For the lions, I will take an example from if you look at the lion, it does have from the front feet, it does have an angle like an elbow. It gets swollen on that organ, both sides sometimes. It will be seems like a lump, but it won't get burst. It will be swollen like if it's pumped with water or a form of a liquid. Then you know that individual lion, it does have a TB, which is one of the disease that is in entire area. It doesn't kill the species like as we human beings. If we contaminated with the bacteria of TB, we might get killed by the diseases, or we might get treated, but it does take long. It depends what sort of a TB that you have. TB that have, or TB that goes, that infect people, it does have combination of disease. We have realized quite a lot. People that suffer from HIV, they also suffer from TB. So that means each and every human being, it does have a bacteria with TB in the body system, but it won't show off, it won't harm you as it doesn't harm buffalo if they're eating healthy. As we eat healthy, but once the other diseases that are very strong, it tells you that it's going to show up, it starts to multiply, and you might get suffer. It's unlike people that having HIV, they might have TB at the same time. So to treat the two combination disease, you have to first with TB, you treat the TB, the bacteria of the TB to settle, then you can go for HIV. We're just taking an example to understand. The world have to understand how it does when it comes to the diseases that animals have in the area. They have TB, that it only show up when they don't, if the area stay dry for long. Same as other diseases is a global disease. Anthrax. Anthrax is a very global disease. Oh, that's your baby there.
It's a new one.
A new baby born.
Maybe.
Number one eye. The guy does have 4 eyes at the back. You can tell me.
Yeah.
That is a new baby.
It's born today.
Marcus said is born today. How many hours, Mark? My eyes started to give a little
5
bit.
hours and 25 minutes.
Oh, you can hear that. He's a guide. They have witnessed quite a lot of Impala giving birth. 5 hours 25 minutes.
That was a good joke. But it's still very wobbly on its feet. It's not very simple. So it's not many hours.
You might be right there.
Rexon, you need to
The mother's still wet at the back. Mark, what he's saying is this youngster is a very fresh one. If you look at the mom at the back there, it's still very wet. You're not likely to see the placenta and all of that, but it's really a new baby. It might be an hour ago, as Mark's saying, or hour 25 minutes. I would never argue on that. It might be down the line on that area. This is how Mark's saying at the back. Remember, Mark also has been, he's a guide, today he's a camera. He's been witnessing a lot of birth of animals. Mark, I have a question for you. I don't know whether it's your son. Huh? I have a question for you. You have witnessed many births in the world of all animals.
No.
No.
No, I haven't.
One animal? Human being?
No. Cow.
Cow. What Mark's saying, he haven't seen all the animals. He just recommended only a primate, which I'm also a human being is a primate. So he even specific, he said in cow that is a vivid marking, which is a primate. Very interesting. I have 9 children. I'm very well known. I'm very proud about that. It's one thing that I haven't seen a primate, of course, human being. But I have 9 children. I haven't seen, I don't know. And they won't blame that is in our society. We're going to the western sector, or western boundary of Vulture. I'm hoping maybe gorilla should pop up, or if not, Mapogo. This is the routine of Mapogo, going down to the west, get to 100. It's been few days and weeks, or maybe a month or 2. I forget how long. I didn't state a topic why. Saying this has been few or what, blah 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 blah. But I haven't seen rhino. I don't know why. I'm not lucky. I can see dead buffalo. No rhino. A small herd of buffalo away that direction. Seems like few of them. 20, 40. Not many. Very interesting. I'm driving here. Back in my mind, I have a topic. And I would like to start the topic. But sometimes it might help. Because I'm a one-eye Tuesday. I just want to talk about, in totality, how many antelope that we have in the reserve. And again, having so many antelope that we have, or small antelope in the area, what the side effect of an area having so much antelope? It does the benefit of predators. It does impact on the ecology. Oh, what exactly? And if we do have many of them, people that do expect to see animal each and every 100 meters of a drive, and why we do have them, we're not really seeing them. Something that I ask myself on a daily basis. But to guarantee before, or people that don't understand what I'm saying, try to bring a topic about antelope, how many antelope we have. You guys don't know much, only us know how many antelope around in the area. And I believe once before there was a game counting of Impala. I believe it was 2004. The number that come out is such amazing. About 10,000 square of an area. They calculated over 80,000 Impala once at the stage. This is too much Impala around in the area. Some of the area were 40,000 Impala once at the stage. And it was too much. Kudu, I forget the number, roughly 4,000 and something on that space, and a lot more. Once before, this is real. That was in 2006, around June, July. The northern service sand, which is not that much big. It was 3,478 elephants. And that was too much. In Western Gari itself, in the part of Juma, there were over 300 and something elephants. Western Gari is about 1,000 hectares, and Bush Lodge 500 and something hectares. And that it was scary. Was before. Oh, look at that. Slender mongoose was very quick to react before getting spot him. So we'll talk about that. Let me carry on. I mean, having much antelope in the area, it does have an impact on the ground. There's a specific ground that doesn't have chance to grow, specific seeds that it needed to multiply amount of healthy grass around in the area. But if we have overpopulated antelope, you may find that the grass itself doesn't have that chances to emerge and bear seeds. Believe me, this is going to happen in the very near future. We'll see here we have a lot of Impala. We have a little bit shortage of wildebeest. In the near future we have Kidu. One of the species is going to move out of the area because of overpopulated or overdomination of one species around the area. Start to move away. I'll finish that. This is not good on a signal. You smell rain and then away it comes.
Hello everybody, as you can see we have some signal breakups, and for the moment we'll put you on Gowrie Dam with Rex in the top left corner. You can follow as well. As soon as the signal gets better, then we'll rejoin Rex and Mark on the game drive vehicle.
Again, we are back. We're still with the same subject of we have many antelope around the reserve. In future, there will be one species over domination of that in a particular species. It might drive the other species out, not really fighting, but the might becomes because of food that they really eat at the same time. When you look at the Impala, they stand a very good chance because of the mixed feed. Look at that, what they're doing now, or look at what they're doing at the moment. They're eating on the leaves of that tree. Some of them are all on the ground. So in future, it might be a species that will be always get into the area and find that the Impala have eat all the food or all nutritious food that's supposed to have by the other species, and suddenly they will all drive themselves slowly out of the area and get in the area where there's less competition with Impala. It might be Impala that will be drive out. If we look at now, we are seeing population of zebra is coming together, and population of wildebeest. It look like is so slowly recovering, because due to the translocation of animals, some species that bring them in as wildebeest, some species that driving them out of the area. I'm telling this due to my experience. I'm a son of Southside, or I'm a boy of Southside. I grew up in Southside, born and bred here. When we were boys, we used to see thousands and thousands of wildebeest into the area, several antelope, hundreds of them, and we used to see. I've seen myself sensibly in the area. All of that they have drove out. They moved into some of the area. We're still lucky had the guys to see them in Kariba Dam, which is Befesud, north of us. They sometimes come there, especially in the dry season. They still visit the area. And that tells us again, we are sitting in a situation now where it becomes more in the front page of Southside or Kruger National Park, or on the top, on the heading of Southside or Kruger National Park, of a population of an elephant in the area. I deny that we must look at an elephant because it's a big species. Again, let's talk about Impala. Impala is same as other species. Impala does have side effects if they are more populated. And it's only one species that I know for sure. If Impala are overpopulated, wherever Impala nibble on the leaves, the leaves to grow back. It will take a while. Same as goat, domestic goat. The saliva of goat and the Impala are closely related. They have a chemical themselves. Once they eat on something, it might take a while to regrow back again. So that is a side effect of having them overpopulated into the area. Slowly, they might kill some of the species of the trees around in the area because they're overpopulated. Hey, look at that. You can see species that I'm talking about, Loxodonta africanus, like me, they are on the front of us. So I really deny that we have to look at that elephant as an overpopulation species. We must also study the other species that might also contributing into the big picture or broad picture of a species that might cause a lot of destruction of elephant pushing trees. Because other species themselves, they are also a problem. Getting to eat leaves, and here we are. Business. Look at the giraffe there. Sorry. Oh, look at the giraffe that's eating. Look at that giraffe is eating now at the present moment. Look at the elephant that just recently pushed the trees. And if you look along with the zebra, the giraffe are coming, they are behind these elephants, which are down no more here. In nature of the wildlife or trees also, or plants, once it's an overpopulated species like, or if we have lots of species that eat leaves, one call it giraffe are overpopulated because you see now and then of them, it's not that much. But it does contribute into the problem, into the big, broad picture of elephant pushing trees. Look at now the elephant that just pushed that acacia tree, and quite few of them that they've pushed. What is giraffe is eating now, it seems like it's pushed by elephant. So the elephant will keep on doing this kind of a behavior because yes, we have over 80,000 of elephant. 2004, over a short period of 10,000 square meters of an area, and does contribute quite a lot into the behavior or leading the elephant to push the trees, because the trees itself, it's going to protect themselves if they get eaten. It doesn't matter who is eating. It can be a steenbok eating leaves. The tree is going to produce so-called pheromones, and they end up big producing tannins called condensed tannins, which is very much chemical that is poisonous. And the elephant, because of ability, it will push the trees, and the trees themselves, by the way we will look at the elephant, they are populated and are causing damage. We might leave 4 elephants in the reserve while we're still having overpopulated of species that browse. The elephant, the behavior will be the same. To push the tree and eat that. But here is another interesting behavior. They push the tree in order to reach the leaves of the tree. You can see that. And that is the nature of it. We'll never ever blame. But look at the elephant. If you push the tree in order to go for the roots, then you understand that moment. A specific animal itself, it does come across with the tunnel. So you need to survive, you have to go for the roots. Look at the elephant, look at the giraffe. They are eating on the leaves. And sometimes you might ask your question, why giraffe? If they find a tree that is very, very sure that it does have a lot of leaves, why don't you stick on that specific tree and eat? It doesn't happen like that. Once it's eating and the tree itself protects itself, the giraffe have to leave, because that specific tree is getting into the stage where it's protecting itself, and the leaves, it becomes more bitter and bitter, and it has to move and go to the other tree. Look at beautiful elephant. The same 3 elephants that we witnessed around here for the last week are still all together. The other boy is having one task, and is very, very thick sort of a task, the formation. Let me come so close and give an advantage for a cameraman to have a choice to zoom in and zoom out on whatever organ to zoom in. On the Ellis, I just hope the signal won't be an issue here. But let's enjoy the Ellis. Stefan, 3 Madonna and Love, just a little bit of southwest of Sandy. Station 3 Madonna and Love, southwest of Sandy Patch. Topic that I was talking about, it does match quite a lot. And we were talking about elephant before. Get to see an elephant and explain the overpopulation of species in South-East that lead the problem of pushing trees. I agree again that some of the trees that eat by elephant is going to regrow back. But this kind of a nature, it does have side effects. That does have impact on the land itself. And now it becomes a home, and it does have, if you look at the way the elephant doing, the symbiotic relationship of nature will take place. But again, how old is the tree that get pushed today, and did an elephant eat today and defecate, and the seeds itself get to emerge in the ground? How long it will take to grow big, as same as the tree that is get pushed today? Is going to witness the generation. I mean, again, it can be a four generation from today. I can exclude myself on that generation. Generation of my children of my children, again like that. They get beautiful weather. The weather also might help us. If it do rain very hard, grass, if it emerge and grow very fast, this kind of a behavior we're not going to see. So it's very, very sad. And nothing that will do is nature. Sometimes you won't interfere on this. What you do is to limit the number and how to translocate them. And how it will take, no one knows. But again, I just want to emphasize on this. As I said, we might leave 4 elephants in the reserve, but if you don't look at the balance of nature of the other species that are around in the area that really cause a problem of elephant do so to push the trees, will be wasting our time. It's better to also reduce the number of kudu, reduce the number of bushbuck, reduce the number of impalas. Mainly, let us look at the impala. The population of impala is way high. In South-Sand, in Kruger National Park. It does happen. I was very much happy to see 24 wild dogs in the area. That is the only species that can able to balance the nature. The way they hunt, the information of hunt, being more successful on hunt, killing impala, killing kudu. It does bring sort of a happiness that everything it look like is going to be settling and get to the number that is needed. He's a beautiful male. You can see on the trunk itself, just below on that tusk, on the level, yes, you can see below the eye, a little bit into the range of a tusk of a trunk itself, does have that old wound. Look like he was fighting with the other bull and get injured. And furthermore, if you look at the trunk itself, it does present that in history of this elephant, it does actually maybe in a fight, he was very, very bad injured in the trunk, and he heals up and is now looking fine. It's no problem. You never know what's the cause of that. Unluckily, it can be from the fight. I won't say it might be from pushing trees. It's the nature of the species. They're more experienced on that. I don't think it can be a damage. Chances of that is very slim. Chances of being a fight, it might be around 90%. Again, if you look at, it's very interesting behavior here. We all talk about, sometimes we have topics of how a young boy grow up in our local area or in our tribe. On Walala Wasala, we enjoy it quite a lot. If you look at that kind of attitude, you look at what's happening now with this old bull, with this young bull, like 35 years age of old, in between 25, 35 years. The eye in the classes now are getting lesson from the old bull. Very interesting life with an elephant, same as other tribes do as people. When the boy get up to the age of 15 years, he will go for the certain schools or ceremonial schools that we used to do, initiations. A lot more schools that we do as we Shangaan tribe, Sutu tribe, Zulu, Swazi, all of us as Bantu people. It's the same what the elephant presenting in front of you today. They have this old Askari bull teaching all these young boys to survive, how to survive. It might be a question, do you think Rexon is bulls teaching this elephant a very good thing to push trees? As I said, that is the nature of this species. I would never ever debate, as I've protected them, that they might be overpopulated, but the other species contribute into the problem. But they're now teaching, they're getting lesson how they get feed themselves and survive. The very interesting thing with this elephant, they're not just pushing trees because of abusing the power that they have. They almost finish the tree, as you can see what's going on there. And that it leads, it tells us exactly again, that is not because of what we are really against with it. It's because they need to survive. So it does again shows they are teaching a very good element of surviving, because they're eating the whole tree is on that way. This is amazing. On a daily basis I go out, spend time with the elephant, lions. I learn quite a lot. Not really I get to think what the elephant thinking. You'll never ever get to that stage. This is in wild animals. But I am learning because I have a power of reasoning and able to see what might be the reality of this species doing so. I love elephant. I know Mark loves elephant too.
Yes, I do.
Jambos.
Napenda sana.
Nakukula. What is tree in Swahili?
Miti.
Miti. Nakukula yote miti. Iko makubwa sana. That's good. Everyone that joins us knows Swahili. I like to practice this language. I'm getting loose of it because since 1998 I was in Masai Mara and Marianda village, where is Marianda airstrip, very close to Governor's Camp, Pradas Crossing, where he goes along the river of Mara up to Marianda village, where I does have friend there, Likaken, Batau, Laveris, and so on. It's been a long time. David, and quite a lot of them. But really, because I even went back there, it was a lovely, lovely sort of a trip to go in Kenya, and also learning this Swahili is a Bantu language. To me, again, if I go there in a month's time, I can able to speak more words in Swahili and understand, and able to chat. I can 3 months, 6 months, I can even to defend myself in court speaking Swahili.
What are you going to do? That you're going to court?
That is important, you know. If you speak the language well, you can really impress yourself into the high levels of law. Then you can go there. I just express myself how good I will be. That is lovely. Temples. Mvua mingi sana. Leo uko mingi mvula. Na kunesha.
Kusini.
Lovely.
And I think the pig is trying to mate.
Are you sure? You had something.
I saw him before we came here.
You know, the giraffe is trying to display mating here. But let us see, guys.
He was fishing.
Now down that way.
The gory.
Let's. I can see it's feeding. Let me do this. You might see my elephant. Oh, the male is off. It's not nearby the female. So he might introducing himself with the female left. The big alley is moving down towards the main road. That way. But once again, we are looking at the beautiful elephant. If I analyze this young male here and the other young male that went that direction, it really shows that in future they are having a very good task formation of the big elephant. And the other one that left, it also shows in their body that they are carrying a very strong sort of a task, or a very good gene pool, that it might be a lovely presenting in this beautiful African bush in Juma, South Africa. So if they stay around, elephant is it's a home range. Oh no, boy! Look at that. You can see that. Let me go back again. You just push another tree at the back there. You can see only the back of him. I can able to trace to go down there. I stay with them. They are in the acacia area, but again, if I drive around here, there's acacia tree that has been pushed down here, but nearby I don't see any acacia tree that is growing. Caused by elephant tools. Eish. A big tank. It looked like a big tank. You can see it's a big elephant. Sure, it's amazing. And it's very interesting if you look at or study or you want to follow up. And most information, the very interesting elements of elephant, how they do cool down the body system. You look at the big elephant is just moving the ears back and forth. And if you read it more about the elephant, it's not just because of it's doing that, it's just decorating itself to look good. The blood circulation of an elephant, to cool down, it does have to go on the ears itself, and it's quite a lot of veins on the ears itself. You can see it just allow the breeze to get in between the body and the ears. That is the radiation itself to cool down the blood system. An elephant can survive in different areas by doing so. Oh, look at that. He's just stretching the back himself. That is a respect of a big alley, because he's already chosen that tree and he can able to push the other tree, but he doesn't want to do so. He just want to feed and let the big alley feed. And how actually they are when it comes to how they maintain actually the respect of a dominant bull. You can see he's just moving away. It's not because he doesn't want to. He does want to hang around there, but with the status of respect doesn't really allow him to do so. This elephant left in the area, I believe this old acacia here will be flattened down. It's not the first time to be here. I can see they've been here a few days back, and then now, oh look at him. The same one that you're on. I thought maybe he wants to push that the tree. South of us is raining.
South of us is coming for us.
Yeah, it might be from Inyati, Leopard Hills, Lusaba, on that direction. Singita, really, at the moment, by the look of the thing, is raining. West of us is very red. It's very windy and raining very, very hard. Maybe hail to the west. I love this young bull.
Very good looking elephant.
Yeah, very healthy too. Laxanta africana. It's one of the species, of course. If I look at the bull, the big bull, might weigh at least 6.5 tons. He is such a massive animal. Just in estimating, he might be even over than that. That you never know. Again, if you want to compare elephant from Chobe National Park coming to Savisand, we are still in a very good status of the healthiness of an elephant itself. So in future, if we're still talking about or witnessing something that it might lead us into the question of Chobe. Chobe is a national park that is more situated in West Africa. And such amazing there. Lots of elephants, but they're not looking healthy as these elephants are. Is where you might have pride of lions in Chobe National Park hunting elephant. If I take this elephant here, or the mare big bull here, let the pride of Chobe to hunt him, it will be a drama. It would never ever try to bring him down. It's something that it will be a record for the history and history. This male elephant or anyone from here can flatten them down too easy. Can kill them because it's strong and has quite a lot of food. Again, with an elephant, you know that rhino, at least if it does have a bull rhino, it requires an area of grazing of 10 square kilometers of an area. An elephant bull, and Savisand, entire Savisand, Kruger National Park, over 2.2 million hectares, and all the national park it adds up to maybe down 2.5, 2.7. I'm not sure how big it is, but it does require 7,000 elephants. The last game counting, South and North, I would like to find out how big it is, but there were 1,045 elephants in South and North. You're not supposed to be on that number, according to how it has to be. But again, that tell us Savisand is about 65,000 hectares. It's just divided in between maybe 33,000 hectares south of Savisand. Never know. It might be on that equation that you have 1,045 elephants. The other side is 1,045 elephants. So if you want to draw a line of how big is Savisand, if from 33,000 hectares you get 1,045 elephants or 47 elephants, somewhere down there, it means that you can able to find the population of elephant, how density is an elephant around in, how is the population of elephant around in the area. You might find that we might talk about over a number of an elephant that are in the area at the moment. And again, with these 3 bulls, they might join with the other bulls around the area that are accepted, as long when the gate here they were able to read the rank of this elephant. The younger elephant come you, the 3 of them, obvious, the older bull is the dominant. It might be the other one that went away a little bit more to our left is dominating this young bull here. They're going to follow that on that rank. It depends how big are they. But most of the time, elephants are still the same with pride of lions. There's no story on the line that there will be no a dominant male. That doesn't exist in the world of lions. Still the same in the world of elephant. Still the same. Uh-oh. Look. You can see that the old elephant, he just pushed the tree like he doesn't use even an effort on it. He just do like that, moving forward like so easy. Rubbing himself against that tree. Whew. Come back, boy. Do it again. You have an itchy cold. You know the where the elephant comes from is derived from elephas. Elephas means a hard skin. Then the word itself of elephas, it also modified and ended to be an elephant. You know, it's such a beautiful word. That is in Latin or Greek, I'm not sure. Elephas. That means hard skin. You can feel it the way it's rubbing on that tree from this distance. You get the feeling how thick is that skin from here. The cubic meter of that skin, it might be a few centimeters. You know that hippo, it might be 5 centimeter. Elephant can be double, but it can be 15 centimeter thick. It can be 10 centimeter thick, somewhere down on the line. So easy, even from lions, to penetrate through the skin. Or if the elephant is dead, they can start from the ears because it's the softened part of an elephant itself. From the back, it won't exist unless if a human being interfere and open up an elephant. Then they can able to consume on that. Make a comment. Anyone interested in Antelope? Any station interested in Antelope?
Looking good.
Beautiful. Acacia thicket is preferred by lots of species. How often do you prefer acacia? Black rhino prefer acacia thicket. Most especially, I mean, Nagresson, acacia nagressons. It's how you get to see a lot of species that are enjoying them. Like the elephant are all suddenly moving away. It's not because of the trees are not here. It's more the fact of the tree itself. They sense something or chemical on the tree that has to move. It's not that much edible. Just want to reverse and see where they're going. I love these two bulls, or other bulls looking more beautiful. Very scary weather, guys. I'm sitting here. I see this heavy lightning. Oh, look at that. He just side. He doesn't use an effort. You can see no effort. He's just swinging the head more to the right, and the tree itself will just break. But the amount of power that the tree is breaking with, it doesn't associate with the elephant that what is doing, what they have done a few minutes ago. It shows elephant is a powerful species. As we start to witness the rumbling of the thunder from the distance, the last few days we does have a little bit of disappearance of the camera because of the thunder. I don't know what's going to happen today. It looks like it's getting thicker and thicker, and it will be heavier and heavier. Doesn't help for elephant to be in the area for a while. Suddenly now they have to move. I can understand why, according to how the trees themselves can protect themselves. The whole ball is going back. And what's going on? Seems like the wind is heading to the north, if I'm not mistaken. The old bull likes to head in that direction. I don't know why, but in the nature of all species, they're opposite the wind. Most of the species are doing that because of predators. The elephant doesn't have any predation. There's nothing that can predate on him, unless if he's still young. In this age, he can be everywhere in this part of the reserve. He can feel more comfortable and safety. If I die, I want to come back as an elephant. Look at the elephant have that pride of wherever wants to go, he'll go. Other species, of course, the reason that I don't want to be when I come back. I can see they are suffering when it comes to protection. There's another one in the magic quarry here. Maybe it's like it might be a matter of wind. The wind suddenly shows that it will be rain. So the ellies themselves, they don't want to go in that direction. Meanwhile, they know that they have no coverage. So they'd rather be in an area where they might have a coverage of the thick bushes. When it rains and thunder, they can able to be in an area that is highly protected with trees. This one is disappearing in the thick bushes. There is one here. It's more grey in color, you can see. It was very dark. The elephant is really in the middle of this habitat. It will be not easy to see him unless if he's moving. Hello Ellie. This species is well known finding bulbs under the ground using the form of scent marking or really getting to sniff on the ground. Such an amazing species. The sense of smell is well developed in this species. Alright guys, I hope we have enjoyed the elephantos. It might be something somewhere waiting for us. You'll never know. So let me again allow me to move away. We still require time for stretching our legs. A little bit and get going again. So let's move out of here. Find a nice spot. Stop and stretch our legs.
Signal breaking up next. That's looking better.
Is that thinking about for stop, stretch our legs. Normally is a leopard crossing area. If I stop there, I might get to see tracks or not. It's been a few days. We haven't seen Mission Duna. Our correctors. And wildlife television or wildlife entertainment. Amount of time that we have, I might go down towards Somebody damn check for them. Again, I'd like to thank you so much. Joining us. We are going to cut back to Gary Waterhole for a short break. Quickly, we'll be back again. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in the next 10 minutes. Weather is changing. It might be changing at any time, start to rain around in the area. We still have a few time to check around here. We might be lucky with something. You never know. Enjoy the Gary Waterhole. See you very shortly.
Evening everyone. That was a nice echo. It's Pete from Final Control. As Rex and Mark are taking a break, we're going to be at Gary Waterhole for a while, and as you can see, it's getting dark here as well. And the camera is probably just going to switch to infrared pretty soon. For those of you that are new here, at night the camera uses infrared, which means that it can still see. Oh, there we go. It can still see quite good, but without using spotlights and therefore not impacting the animals. So it's the reason for that. And also, as you can see, it's black and white because actually it's artificial coloring. There's no color information obviously in the infrared. So I'm going to pan around a little bit, and in about 8 minutes time we will rejoin Rexon and Mark on the Jigga for the rest of the game drive. Evening again. Well, as you can see in front of the camera, there's little streaks going from up to down from the front of that, which is rain. I just got a radio communication from Rexon. They were at Sandy Patch area, and it was raining very, very hard there. And just now it started raining here at the camp as well, and as you can see on the camera, it's moved to Kauri Dam now as well. So Rexon and Mark are on their way back in. I hope for them that they are in by now, because otherwise they're going to be pretty wet. But in all reality, given that it's only half an hour till scheduled drive end, and looking at the clouds, I think it's very unlikely that we will be going out again tonight. So I think I'm going to have to just say goodbye from here for now for the drive, and I'll ask Mark and Rexon just to come in final control and say goodbye from here then as well. But I think for tonight's afternoon drive, this mid-drive break, I'll take it off. It's end of drive, and we hope to see you all again tomorrow morning again at 5:30, very early, Central African time for the morning drive. So thank you for watching, and stick around. I hope Mark and Rex will be here in final control soon to say goodbye to you.
Hello everyone, thanks again to join you back on the Fun and Control. It's raining very hard outside. You can see the hippo, they are just yawning and celebrating for the rain to come because of the lovely grass that they're going to benefit. So from ourselves, Rexon, on the Giga, which is back at the workshop due to the weather. We are going to say goodbye from myself, Mark, and also Bit Brighton of Fun Control Center. Yeah, I hope you'll enjoy the lovely afternoon from the Gary Water Hall. Until we get to see you back again early in the morning tomorrow, we will be live again. You never know what the weather will be, but look like there's a heavy rain coming down. We never know whether it will rain the whole night or it will stop after from now. That you won't know. Thank you so much. Enjoy the Gary Water Hall.